take me through the emotions of the students rushing the field? I mean, how crazy was that?
You know, well, it was excellent. I mean, this is a true college town, and that field was full of students and fans, and just really a great atmosphere. Great way to send out our seniors. We kind of dedicated this game to our seniors, and we've been through a lot, and you know, we're proud for them. And this was the best game we played all year. It was, you know, we played all three sides of the ball contributed. All three sides of the ball had their adversity and fought through it. You know, the biggest thing is we hung together for 60 minutes, and you know, you'll win a lot of games if you're able to do that. So we got better today. We grew today, and we need to continue to improve on it.
And for the team, and you touched about it, just adversity, but the way the season started in Colorado, but be able to UCLA, you see some of that fight, and you cap it off today. How proud are you of the guys that it's kind of come full circle?
Well, I'm really proud of them, and you know, kind of what we need to learn from this a little bit is, you know, some of this is easier than we've been making it. You know, it's really just hanging together and everybody doing their part, not trying to make too much happen. You know, everybody do their job, make routine play, and then just stick in there and do it for 60 minutes, and then you know, don't worry about too much until the dust clears. You know.
Coach, how does this game kind of compare with some of the big ones that you've played in your career?
This was a big one, no question. I mean, they're all big, but this was really a big one. You know, I think a lot of folks had counted us out, and our guys rose up. And you know, the biggest thing that happens, teams will have problems, and you know, and then they'll quit and wave the white flag, that type of thing. And you know, our guys never really did. We had some tough moments. We, you know, had a lot of people get knocked out this year and fought through it, and you know, was proud of their resiliency. They stayed excited to play and capped it off with this one.
Earlier this week, you talked about how important this can be with a win to set the tone going into the off season and also recruiting and all that. Can you talk about how this helps the team all over the place?
Well, I think it does all that, and that's a good thing because off season starts on Monday. So, so that's good there, and we got a bunch of recruits in town, and this was a good one for them. But the biggest thing that made it good was, you know, our crowd and the environment. They got to really experience that, and so I think, you know, that's really good.
Coach, you talked about the rivalry, you talked about the town and the environment. What did you learn, you know, with this game about the Cougar faithful and Pullman town?
I can't say that I learned anything. I mean, I knew the fans were incredibly loyal fans, always enthusiastic about the Cougs. I knew that, you know, it was a big deal to beat the Huskies, and you've been hearing about that since the day I walked through the door, and had a sense of that before I ever got here. It was a great win. It's a great win for our institution, a great win for our fans, a great win for our players. And so, you know, and then the environment, that was, you know, I knew it'd be exciting, and it was really exciting. And I was kind of amazed how quick all those fans got out there on the field. Sometimes it takes them a little while. It didn't take them very long.
How heavy is that trophy?
Not very. No, it's kind of refined quality. I mean, it's like one of those where there's some artistry to it, where, you know, it's big but it's light.
Mike, the 45-yard field goal that tied it on 4th and short. I mean, did you think about going for it at all, or?
Yeah, I did. And if I had, I suspect we would have won in regulation, but we kicked it, and Fernie did a heck of a job and drained the thing, and so it was good.
Why did you ultimately decide to kick it?
You know, it's easy now to say I did the right thing just because it turned out we won, but you know, just when you consider the value of the situation and you know, odds and stuff like that, I maybe should have gone for it. You know, I mean, it's real easy now to say, well, no, that was a great decision because you won. You know, well, I don't know. You know, I mean, a couple things happen. You know, if we go for it, we march in and score in regulation and use up the clock. The other thing is, we you know, go for it and then end up kicking a field goal later. They have less time, which helps your chances in regulation. I'm not sure the perfect answer. I had about 25 seconds to make the decision. I made one. You know, Yogi Berra says if there's a fork in the road, take it. So I took it.
I think what made this game extra special is the fact that special teams haven't always performed maybe the way you wanted this season, and Andrew was kind of, I know it's a team game, but he was really kind of the hero of this game. What did that say about maybe the confidence you had in him? First down from the 10 or 11 yard line, you're saying, I'm not messing around, he's going to win the game right now.
Well, we were centered up really nicely. And a lot of times in the past, I've gone ahead and just punched it in. But it was close, it was centered up, it was kind of in the perfect location, and so we kicked it.
Who got the game ball after the game?
We're going to give the seniors all game balls.
Down 28-10, what was the mood on your sideline at that point?
The biggest thing that was important to us was just keep winning individual battles, keep slugging away, and see where it takes you, which I was proud of them that they did.
Even though he couldn't play, what did it mean to the guys to be able to win that with Travis not being able to go and him being able to at least watch them win the Apple Cup in the last game of his career?
I think it was, Travis has really been a solid piece of our foundation here. Travis has been kind of outnumbered, I think, at times with the mentality that's needed to win and play this game. And so I think he's been a really good example. And I think over the process of the season, more and more people have jumped on board with the same mentality Travis has. And I think, when you try to build something, you start out with a couple. And in our case, Travis in particular, and then as more and more draw from that, then pretty soon the number grows and it's bigger, and you got more people to think like that, and then eventually you evolve into a tough football team instead of just one that's signed up and plays. And so I think he's really been instrumental in that, converting some of the young guys, being an example to them.
Jeff is always that you prefer he hand off the ball to guys who run instead of maybe running,
Who's that?
Jeff has said before you prefer he hand the ball off to guys who run instead of maybe thinking run first. But what did you think about the play that he made with his legs, obviously leading to the touch score that would make it a 28-25 game?
He didn't have much choice. I mean, I wasn't, he's all bottled up and had to take off, so he did. Yeah, no, he runs good. He's pretty spry, so.
Did you think that play was over and he's about to go to the ground? All of a sudden, it's like, wow, the ball's halfway down the field.
Oh, you mean the one that he threw?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Went back there. They're all around him. They hit him in the head. He split them. Almost went down. Popped up and threw the ball. And a couple weeks ago, we started telling him to quit falling down. And because we'd had some guys that fall down, and as self-explanatory as it is, if a guy falls down in practice, we'll make him do about 3 up downs just for hey, don't fall down. And well, Jeff didn't fall down, even though they clubbed him over the head, and he got up and did some good stuff and threw a big pass that I think was kind of instrumental in us getting back into it.
Coach, what did you learn about Jeff today as a player and also a person, to mount that comeback?
I thought he's a good player for a long time, and just did some good stuff. Fought through some stuff and got knocked around a little and kept battling away. The biggest thing, I think, the best thing he did was keep drives going, just focusing on, as far as just running the offense. I thought he did a really good job running the offense well. And, we hit a period where, there was some stuff that as a quarterback, it's easy to get discouraged. We dropped some balls. I mean, just, drop balls and, interceptions would bounce off somebody's chest, stuff like that. And so then, but he stayed in there, stayed focused. I thought really helped keep the group focused.
With a win like this, is it clear to you that you guys are changing the culture here?
Well, if we do it over and over again, if we can have a bunch of other games in a row that resemble this, if you're just a one-time guy, you haven't changed much. We've got to take this, build on it, and understand we can do it every time.
How do you bottle up something like this? Players talk about taking it into the off-season. How does that happen?
I think just the example of it, it'll give you a reference point, that you can build on, and, it allows a lot of people to know what they're capable of if they all work together.
So what did you think of the line play both ways, especially on defense?
Thought defensive line played really good, was really explosive. Hit a run in the third quarter where we weren't as consistent, but the biggest thing, they got big plays. They knocked their quarterback around, did a really good job on running backs. In particular, I thought they rose up in key situations. Thought our defensive line really set the tone for our defense. Offensive line, I thought they really battled through. We've played this entire season with 6 offensive linemen. We played the entire season with 6 offensive linemen. 2 of them were walk-ons. I don't know if any of them started last year. None of them started all of last year. And then, as the season's gone on, fatigue set in a little bit, and thought they really battled through. Thought they played very tough today, and fought through and did it for 4 quarters.
I know you mentioned the off-season starts Monday. How are you planning on spending tonight and this weekend?
Well, I got a recruit dinner here coming up in less than an hour, so I'll be going to that, and then I'll attend to some of that tomorrow, and then kind of put together the off-season, and I'll be on the road recruiting as we get into December.
You haven't talked to any of the recruits yet, have you, Mike?
Yeah, I've talked to a few.
What was their impression of the atmosphere and stuff?
I think they're happy. I don't know how much I can comment on it, but they seem fairly pleased.
I think you can talk about it if you don't mention any names, but.
I forget though.
Any final questions for Coach?
Well, one time I went to a game, they said, "You got recruits here?" I said, "Yeah, I'll give them, everybody give them some applause." Well, come to find out, you're not supposed to do that.
All right, well, we want to applaud your recruits.
Okay, good?
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.